Here's a message for, I'd say, most flat earthers. There is no solid dome firmament, okay? It's to do with gas gradients. They figured this one out in this simple cycle of man in the 50s when they started, when they were doing that fishbowl experimentations, the blasting rockets or bombs or whatever up into the firmament, and it would hit it and then explode. But it's not solid though. This is why it came about in Star Trek. Star Trek? Yeah, Star Trek, where they came up with the concept force field and all that sort of thing. That's basically what it is. See, we're under pressure, we can't get out because the atmosphere thins out as you go higher and higher. So a pressurized unit cannot burst through what you could call a vacuum, where it's reducing, the atmosphere is reducing in pressure. It seems illogical to most people, but you have to imagine, you've got to use your mind, realise somehow think of it some other way. But it's you bounce off it, or you could explode if there's no room for expansion. But if you're going to expand on the way up, and this is what the hydrogen molecule does. So you've got to understand your physics a bit to understand what's happening with the atmosphere. As it goes up and gets colder, it expands. Okay, so it's not firm. It's not solid. It's firm, and it's layered, just like the inert gases, because that's basically what's happening. The hydrogen molecule is getting shredded, and it becomes, it breaks up into gases and gets thinner and thinner. As it rises, it gets purer and purer. This is our Earth's recycling system, how we get pure water back through underneath the ground, through the aqueducts. So it all comes from the centre Arctic, because, long story, you should check out my other videos, that the plasma sun above the Arctic purifies the water in its recycling system. And it all drops down into the Beaufort Gyre, where it's a big vortex, it's a whirlpool. In the middle it gets sucked down, and subterranean ducts flows through the earth and comes out where necessary. This is how we get our water. Okay? Apart from the recycling of the water off the sea, landing on the mountains and running down from the mountains, there's this other system going on. As above, so below, they say. As they say. And so that's it. So we can't get out. We're all existing in the magnetic flux of, say, like a ring magnet. That's what Earth is like, a ring magnet. It's the flux. We live in that flux. We're like creatures in the electromagnetic field, once described as the net. Imagine a net, so it has all the nodal points where they will cross, positive, negative, crossing points. That's how we see the image of the sun, actually. Realise there isn't just one sun, certainly not physical in the middle of La La Land, like the globe theory bullshit. The sun is in many places, but only seen in one. That's your arc of horizon. Every man sees an image, because he's basically seen the wave, the magnetic wave that comes out of the centre north and flows across the earth. Your eyeballs are reading that wave, and there has to be a focal point in that wave. That's what science calls the particle. So everything's basically a particle, because your eyes are creating that image. So it comes from the wave of energy, frequency actually. Everything is from sound. All the sound comes out of the vortex, central vortex of creation, like a trumpet. But most of it unheard to man. Well, it's not unheard to man, is it? It's not heard. But it creates the light spectrum. So we see the sun at the right time of the day approach, rise up and over our arc of horizon, and go down on it. It doesn't go below your horizon, only rises up and goes over and down, out of your perspective. The Egyptian called this arc of horizon. It's what it is. It's your zone. It's you looking out from the centre of the universe, looking around you. So you can imagine yourself looking out, standing in the centre of a pond, looking out across the pond. Okay, that's back at creation. But because we're created in the creator realm, we are perpendicular to creation. So that flat horizontal plane wave now flips up onto its side. It becomes a semicircle. Okay, so it acts like a rainbow. And what does the Bible say about the rainbow? Let this remind you of something. But that's more of a spiritual story. But that's how we see everything pass over our dome. And when they talk about sphere, Earth is a sphere. You know, sphere, it goes back to the word Sophia, which is intelligence. They knew the world was intelligent. Intelligence. It's a brain. It's shaped like a brain. You look at my other videos, you'll see what I mean. And man is connected to that. Man is of the earth because he has a brain. It's the same shape. It's all the same thing. It's a Sophia. So you can say a sphere. It says it's like a head. It moves like a head. But you know, you don't get intelligence from a jawbone, a cheekbone, or a skull bone. It's from the brain, isn't it? What shape is the brain? It's the way the magnetic field flows across the earth. The same shape as the brain. And overall, it's the infinite symbol. It's the 8, figure 8. It comes over from the Antarctic centre, up over the sky, drops down at the Tropic of Capricorn, down into the ground, across the ground thou shalt go, up at the centre Arctic, up and over the sky, down to the Tropic of Cancer, straight down to the ground, along the ground thou shalt go, to the Antarctic, and so on. It's the infinity symbol. It's the snake. Whenever they talk about the snake, in any mythological stories of religion, it's the magnetic field. Along the ground thou shalt go, up and over the cattle or the beasts. You know, that's what it is. So, yeah, get your head around the fact that there's no solid dome up there. It's also written, there's nothing solid above your head as there is nothing spiritual below your feet. Okay? That would be pretty dumb of God to create something physical above our head that could fall on us and kill us or flatten us any time. There's some sort of accident going on up there. That's just dumb. Think about it. It's all pressure. Everything is based on pressure. Okay? It's magnetism. It's just like a ring magnet. The flux of a magnet's quite solid near the magnet, but as the flux rises up, when you come away out of the flux, it gets weaker and weaker. Then you just pop out of the flux. Yeah, well, we can't pop out of that flux because we're part of that electromagnetic field that's in the flux. Okay, hope you understood that. If not, go to my channel at Meta369, the YouTube channel, and check it out. Cheers, guys.